Yeah, we did it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, and that's a cheers. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thanks for being here.
Here we go.
Can I steal a little tiny piece of this?
Yeah, of course. Oh, I got more.
Take the whole thing. Take the whole thing.
Thanks.
Yeah, here, wait.
I'm
I'll
gonna
just
just get rid of this gum real
do
quick.
this
It
in
might
case.
be
Here we
weird.
go.
Ooh, pickleback. All right, Miles to Nowhere people.
Hello.
What is this podcast called?
Consistently off.
Yeah!
There it is. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is number 199.
You guys are one away from episode 200. Get right up on that, by the way.
And we're
bring
being
it to
joined. The whole band is here. It's Miles to Nowhere, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, hello.
Howdy.
So let's officially meet again. Hi, I'm Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
I'm Oliver,
Hi,
Hi,
Oliver.
Oliver.
It's
and you are.
Oh. I'm Kristen.
I'm Katie.
I'm Rich.
Yay! All right.
yeah. So I guess I'll start with how was your yesterday? Did you just play LA, right?
Yesterday was sick.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are.
Yesterday
It was a
was
good
so
time.
good. Yeah.
Where did you guys play?
We played at what's it called?
Redwood Bar.
The
Oh,
Redwood.
yeah, I love
Yeah.
the Redwood Bar.
Yeah, shout out Redwood Bar. And then our friend Jenna, who's your friend,
Mhm.
Yes,
That's
shout
how,
out
that's
to-
how y'all are here.
Yeah.
Frequency within, yeah.
she
Yeah.
hooked us up with that and, linked us up with you guys.
Fantastic.
So we actually just saw her and Cassie. We were trying to go surfing this morning. And it was kind of flat, so
Aw,
it
bummer.
wasn't really many waves. But that's why my shorts are wet. I promise I didn't pee on the way here.
Yeah, you just used the bathroom. Wasn't
I
it?
know.
Did you actually get some surf time in?
Paddled around and kind of
Just hung out. Right?
there.
Yeah.
It was pretty flat and choppy.
Where'd you go?
Okay.
We went Seal Beach,
Okay.
or it was Seal Beach, Bolsa Chica, kind of Sunset.
Cool.
You know
Yeah.
that area.
Generally
Yeah.
a good area. Yeah.
More towards the free parking part.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it was chill though. But that was today. Yesterday, right? Yesterday.
Mhm.
The show, Redwood.
The show. The show was
Yeah.
awesome. We didn't book it that long ago.
Cool.
So it was kind of we always joke around, when that happens, we joke around about nobody being there.
Of course.
Right, of course.
But yeah, it was a good turnout for a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
you
it was a
know?
great Tuesday night. Someone actually drove all the way from Arizona, which was
Nice.
kind of crazy. What are you doing
That
here?
happens sometimes. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then saw I think we all saw some people that we just really haven't seen in a long time. So
Great.
that's always nice when those people just pop up and you're just yes.
Gives you that warm fuzzies. You're like, ah.
It was so
Definitely.
warm and fuzzy. We went to the beach yesterday too. Just kind of swam around.
Yep, taking advantage of it since we don't have one in Arizona.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
Tempe,
based
right?
out of Tempe, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
There are no beaches.
Is
Am
this
I
your?
Actually
talking
not.
close enough?
No, yeah, you guys are good.
I
You
think
Okay,
so, but
cool.
you
Yeah.
can get it as close
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
like.
you can move it
There's,
around.
Your
get
comfortability is more important first
Yeah, yeah.
because then, your speech will be
Yeah.
restricted. You don't want that.
So is this your first time out to California, or you guys been out here before? Or?
Definitely been out before.
Nice.
It's been a long time though.
It has
Okay.
It
been a
was
while.
When's the last
several
time you were
years
here?
back. It
The
was,
before times, pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, and then we're thinking about how long ago it was, and it's wow, because it's almost those 2 years.
Just gone.
When you
Blip.
think about
Yeah.
something you don't think about that extra 2 years there,
Yeah.
That
It's true.
so
Keep slipping up how old am I?
yeah, and we had plans to just come here a bunch, and didn't happen till now, but
Uh-huh. Well, welcome back.
thank
Yeah,
you.
Glad
Thank
to
you.
have you.
Thanks.
Tomorrow, San Diego?
San
Yes.
Diego.
Yeah, where's that?
It's at the holding company,
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
and we're playing with
Yeah.
Mad Caddies.
Hell,
Hell
yes.
yeah.
So
Love those
looking forward
guys.
to that.
That's going to be gnarly.
And Kristen's actually going to be going on tour with them, doing live sound. Are you doing front of house?
or-
I do front of house for them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So this is kind of an exciting one for me because I've worked for a lot of bands and no, they don't generally let you mix them and open for them.
Fair.
You're kind of doing one or the other.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Focus on one
Yeah.
thing.
So that's the downside of if you work for a band that you really, really like.
Right.
Yeah. Did I finish mine?
I was like, I think I drank
Did I just take a sip?
halfway.
Oh, I must have
Nice.
finished it.
Yeah.
Rich, did you drink mine?
You know I did not.
But yeah, it's cool because generally you're doing one or the other, and so this time get to do both. So test my skills.
Yeah, you're double dutying?
I'm double duty.
She is.
So you can like get off stage and be like, okay, I'm concerned
And-
about those mains.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
But you can at least be sound checking yourself while you're playing, and then go try
Right.
and
Yeah.
Secretly just
see what
like,
needs to be changed for their set.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kinda.
there's still stuff in there.
Is there?
Nice.
Here, I'll finish
Okay.
it real quick.
Yeah.
Just jumped on the Jameson train. Now he's just throwing
Now I'm
Jameson
just
around.
gonna try
He's like,
waste it.
everyone needs
Guys,
Jameson.
it's Wednesday. What are we doing?
Wow, you're right. I like forgot what day it was.
I know.
Play a show like on a weeknight. I mean, it's hard to know what day it is.
That's
Gonna
kind-
steal one of these pickles too.
That's kind
Oh,
of
please,
that's
yeah.
kind of
Oh, yeah.
like the beauty of the road. Time just kind of stands still, even though it's a new day, it's a new town, it's a new show.
Yeah.
You're like, but I'm on the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like a tour vacation sort of, but
That's generally how we treat our tours. Too.
yeah, definitely.
How long are you going for? What's after San Diego?
We have a show back in Tempe on the 25th, and we're actually opening up for Guttermouth.
Nice.
So that'll be a fun hometown show,
Yeah.
And then but that's kind of
So
it
I'm
for a
with
little
Caddies
bit.
until then, and
Got
then
it.
I fly home from Dallas on the 25th.
Oh, so are you
and then
leaving
we
with
play that
them
night.
after the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I roll out with them.
Ah,
So-
cool.
It's fun. Like I kind of just started with them several months, like 2 tours ago,
Okay.
and it seems to be a pretty good fit. So
I hear they're like the nicest organization.
they're
like-
really cool.
Yeah.
They're all like really good humans to be around.
Yeah.
So that's always like a big deciding factor of like.
Well, I mean, you have to say this because you're about to work.
yeah, right.
You come back after a month and just fuck this guy.
Plus, they're taking me to like Europe and Australia with them this year.
Hell yeah.
I mean, unless I get fired at our show.
Yeah, do a good
tomorrow.
job.
Unless I drink too many of these tomorrow and like blow it,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yes, allegedly, of course.
Yeah.
Well, great. So I guess this is in support of like the last record. I mean, 2020. Did I see? Like,
2020 September 2021 is
Yeah.
when we released that.
yeah.
I can't believe that's
That's 2 years.
When you
Yeah.
said it just now, I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it. It was just like what we were talking about. You have to add like 2 years
Yeah.
to
So how's your
everything.
years been?
Yeah, right?
But it's like crazy, like with a full length, because we never really did like a full length. One of ours kind of counts as a full length because I think there's just enough songs or time on it or something, but it really isn't. Like we've really only done EPs until this last one, and it's cool because it feels like this great big accomplishment.
Sure.
But it's also kind of a bummer because like it's like you could have, if we just spaced them out, like we could have wrote on those songs for so much longer, and then we'd be telling you that like, hey, we just released like the
I mean,
second
for all we
half
know,
of
you
it.
coulda
It
said
could have been
it.
2
Yeah.
releases, in 2
So like
years.
10 EPs are coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 EPs, like the 3-song ones, like
Yeah.
the super lazy 3-song ones.
Yeah.
But that kind of works for the format. We've talked to so many people that are just like, it's the singles game. Like,
Yeah. Put out
you
a
have
song. at a
one
time,
song, one video, and then you work that for a couple months.
and then you
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody told me like, don't do it that way, and I'm like, we owe it to the fans. The fans didn't care.
Yeah. What fans? Yeah.
The fans
yeah.
only listen to half of it because like sometimes they'll be like, wow, what song is that? You should really record it. And it's like, it's on the full length that you
Yeah.
listen to only 6 songs
know.
of and
Yeah,
change
yeah.
it.
It is out, you assholes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my 15-second album. You're welcome, everyone.
It's a full album, though. Yeah, 15 songs. 15 seconds, 15 songs. Yeah.
Nice.
But we did some stuff on there that like is different. There's several on there that we don't really play live.
Fair.
'Cause
How many songs total?
what is it? 11?
10 or 11.
10,
Why
10
am I-
11.
What's
Well,
that?
we
There's
have
an
the
intro.
Yeah.
The intro, that counts.
So-
That shit
It
counts.
does count.
Intro counts. Yeah.
Playing time of an LP, that totally counts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely. And an extra track on
Oh,
there.
that counts?
you know?
Okay. Super track, it's
yeah,
10
gotta
minutes
have the-
long.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah.
have that, which we recorded that CD, that album ourselves. Kristen owns a studio. It's called Underdog Studios.
Dope.
It's in Mesa.
That helps.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome to be able to like write our own music, record our own music. And if we, have the time, we can literally just make it the best that we can instead of having like a crunch time or like I mean, we're kind of bad with deadlines, but we eventually get things done ourselves.
Yeah.
You know.
For Miles Snower, we take forever to do everything. That's like
Well,
our
the amount of
slogan.
miles it takes, you
Yeah.
see, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Put in the miles.
Yeah, yeah.
So no.
Well, yeah, you're sitting in the manifestation of us not having like patience or time or budget to work with all the different producers and rooms and waiting for the mixing and the editing and just take matters into your own hands. There's enough technology.
Yeah,
and
it's so doable now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like having, I think maybe about half of that record, we had other friends of ours like help mix,
Cool.
which is
Yeah, so there
kind
was
of
some
nice.
there's like remasters of previous tracks too.
Well, what happened was
Oh
because
boy.
we take so long to do everything. Skies we put out in like 2019, and that was supposed to be the single for the album.
Got it.
But then we didn't ever finish the album
It's a
until
great teaser, you know?
2021.
Yeah,
It's a great teaser.
2-year
2 years.
teaser. Yeah.
Yes.
But then in
Yes.
between, while we were working on it, we put I Love You out. And then somehow when I was uploading everything, because we got it remastered with the album,
Sure.
then I don't know why it comes up like that. It says like remastered, and it's like, oh, how embarrassing, you know? Like,
Yeah. Well,
we wanted it to
just another version.
say Skies and say I love you, but
Yeah.
but now it's like remaster. It's like they take 10 years to like make anything, and half of it they already did once.
No, it gives people like it gives them like the mystique. They're like, ooh, I gotta hear the original.
Yeah,
version.
now I
Like,
have to hear both.
Yeah.
It's probably so different. They listen like it's so different.
Yeah, when it's like
I like this
they,
so
they
much
just boosted
better.
some frequencies. Yeah.
Before
Yes.
they sold out, like their early stuff was way better.
Yeah.
Very true.
So how long you guys been jamming together?
The three of us.
Yes.
Um,
In this formation.
In this formation,
It's been like
9,
9
like
9
8
years or
or
something.
9 years with the three of us. But Miles
Hell
to
yeah.
Nowhere as a band has been, you
Yeah.
started it. So
I like started releasing stuff slowly, like under that name, and like
Got it.
it's like 2010 or something like
Right.
that.
Okay.
It's kind of the only project I've ever done.
Fair enough.
Like I've like kind of sat in on stuff here and there, and people have asked me to be part of other projects, but it's always been this thing where I'd like put some work into it and start learning the songs, and then be like, why am I doing this? Like why am I putting all this energy into that
don't like
when I could
this.
just
Yeah.
like, practice my own songs and like be that much better at that. So it's just, and even like as a band, like we don't do a lot of covers. We have like maybe 2 or 3 that we just cycle in sometimes.
we
Sure.
do our own way,
Yeah.
Well, what are these 2 or 3? Now I gotta know.
Yeah. What are they?
Oh, so we do
last
99,
night. Yeah, we
99
played.
red balloons. We did
Excellent.
that
Okay.
last night.
Yeah.
Goldfingery, bum 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 bum.
We do
bum.
a
Yeah.
Goldfingery way, but like I'm not a big like wailing soloer.
Sure.
And we don't really have like that many members. It's just the 3 of
Right,
us. So
right.
to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to do that is like hard. So we kind of change it up a little bit, and then we don't really do the German part. and then some of the
Luftballoons.
vocal
Is
melodies.
it because of the Nazis? Yes, exactly.
And then some of the vocal melodies, like I like to kind of like sing more throwbacks to the original.
Cool.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, so we kind of do it our own way. So it's a mix up, but it's definitely very Goldfinger inspired.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we love how that goes. Like we do the like slow triplet
Oh, it's better than the original,
thing
for
in
sure.
there.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, you're not a new wave pop artist. You're a punk rock band.
Yeah.
So
It makes sense.
Yeah,
yeah,
it turns
totally.
out. But yeah, we like to get weird.
And I mean, the weird one that we do is also Proud Mary.
Yes.
Like the
Okay.
CCR
He's
version.
trying to ban us from
You'll
doing
never
it.
hear that.
Oh, why
I
not?
never heard
Why
that
don't you
song
like
again.
that one?
come on.
Last time he's like, we kind of pull it out on the long sets, because once in a
Okay.
while, just to like
Fill time.
make
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
money in like a
Yeah.
city. They're like, do you want to we'll pay you like $600, but you got to play the whole night, and
Yeah.
we're like,
Right.
Yeah.
Guess it's
the
Proud
whole
Mary
catalog.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Songs are
Proud
2
Mary
minutes long, and we
night.
got to fill 3 hours. So.
Yeah.
So we really
Let's do it again.
stretch it
Take a break,
out.
do the same set. Yeah.
We do a lot of breaks.
Birthday
There's a lot
wishes.
of
Yeah.
Jameson usually
Merry
involved too,
Christmas.
so that helps.
Stopping
So
for
much
cheers.
Jameson.
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
Any birthday party.
We celebrate
bachelorette parties.
everything that can be celebrated.
Anniversaries. Yeah.
It's your dog's birthday. Like,
And
What's next? Was anyone got their car fixed?
Yeah.
Hey, over here, we got your
you
car
lost your
fixed.
job.
I got one for you.
You and I get it. Yeah.
There you go.
And then we also do a Pixies cover too. We do Where's
Great.
My Mind?
Nice.
But that one we definitely throw like a punk thing on.
Yeah,
it.
make it faster.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Cool.
like, you know.
More aggressive.
We're like
Yeah.
we're like
Yeah.
doing the Goldfinger thing for the
For that
first
one, yeah.
time on that one.
Yes.
I see. You're imprinting that one with the gold finger.
Hopefully
Yes,
one
yes.
day someone else will copy our copy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you recorded it? You should record it.
No, but we
Yeah.
should. There is a video of us
Okay.
doing it.
Nice.
On,
Well, then it's
On
already
ours,
leaked,
too.
technically.
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
as well
Please.
record it.
Yeah.
We could put it on, you know.
All right,
Those
I'll-
little
You
extra
just need the
tracks.
license.
Turns
yeah.
out I'm going to rip it and just put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
so you might as well
Now
hurry
we
up.
have it. Yeah.
I could just rip it and remaster it.
Genius.
A couple clicks.
Content right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about
But
the
you
content.
guys like record your own stuff,
Yeah, we record in here.
right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Very cool.
And you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
mix and master your own also, or
Mix,
you
mix,
outsource
not
some of it?
master. We send it away for mastering.
That's like
Yeah.
a whole other thing.
Yeah.
That has to go to a legitimately crazy person.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like an actual
Someone's
nerd.
super nuts.
Like a real
Yeah.
nerd. Yeah.
Someone who just like,
Yeah.
Yes, against engineers. That's right.
ew, mastering,
Yeah,
dirty.
No, we shopped around and found someone who was also going to like give us mix notes as well because I mean, you haven't been here, you don't know what we're
Yeah, you don't
doing,
know
so
what it
like
sounds like,
whatever
yeah.
you're listening to and you're like, hey, this could change.
We'll change it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you got it. We have the capacity to do it. So
That's what I look for also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't like if they're just gonna be like,
It's done.
this
yeah.
sucks. I'll just crush it and do all this stuff, and
Yeah.
here you go. And it's like, and you're like, but your master sucks, and he's like, no, your mix sucks. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, why
Okay,
didn't you
well-
just tell me that before?
Yeah, yeah.
$300
Then- yeah.
per track, no revisions. This is what I sound like.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Later.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a dump button for that.
Just a trap door appears
Yeah.
under him wherever he's at. Ah! Yeah. Okay, so 9 years as a unit, right?
I'm bad at math, but this is my 10-year anniversary of Mouse
Hey,
Nowhere.
there you go. Yeah,
Happy
2013.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
shot.
Shot.
Yeah,
Shot.
shots.
Yeah.
Shots.
I'll drink
You
a little
earned
too.
a
Drink
shot.
to that.
So
Yeah.
speaking of, since we're celebrating you right now, we play this little game with Rich.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
It's called Jameson apple juice or pee.
And they both used the bathroom before we got here, so I'm a little suspect.
I'm like, can I use your bathroom? I'll be right back. So yeah, we'll just do another shot real quick. And,
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
That
and
is
it's so weird. He like
cruel
doesn't want to
game.
drink
That is
with
a
us.
good
I
Not
don't
falling for that
understand
again.
it.
That's amazing.
But it's funny because
He's like the second time was the
Cheers.
insult. Really,
Yeah,
it was the
yeah.
second time. Really.
at like hometown shows, I'll start that line and I'll just be like,
I can't even
because
drink
people
apple
see
juice
us just
anymore.
like pounding Jameson on stage, and I'm like, we play this little game with Rich, and then everybody's like, Jameson,
I still have
apple
some,
juice
so
or
I'll take this.
pee?"
Yeah. Oh, good. They know it now.
They know it.
Yeah, that's
I hope
good.
they play it at home.
Yeah, right. It's a fun game.
The home version.
Yeah, take the home game with you. Yeah.
Rich is like, you guys need to drink water. Oh yeah, I do need.
Okay, so now I got to
drink
run
water.
backwards, and I want to start with because we've had so many drummers.
Yeah, yeah,
First instrument.
First instrument.
yeah.
Baseball.
No, actually, that's
was kinda mine,
very
too.
late.
My
late,
bad.
late.
Yeah.
Maybe the bells.
Okay.
Bells.
Like
Yeah,
like
but it-
glockenspiel or
But it lasted a matter of minutes. I wanted to play the bells in my elementary school, and this is way back. So the teacher told me, "Girls play bells, boys play drums." And he gave me one drumstick,
Yes.
one drumstick, and a snare drum, and that's where
Oh,
I started.
no.
And that was the whole. And that was the
Never went
start.
back
And
to
then- hey.
bells, and
I've
yeah.
never heard this. This is so cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, where's my popcorn?
That's
Like,
LA elementary school in the 80s. So
Shout out.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on.
I don't remember his name, but
Yeah.
You were drawn to the bells. You're like, it sounds cool. I want to be doing that.
Well, my aunt had a music school in Idlewild, California,
yeah.
and so they were getting new instruments, and she brought a bunch of percussion to my house, and I just liked, jamming up and down the bells,
Of
like the
course.
up and down chords or whatever. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just
Sure, yeah.
How old are you at this time?
It must have been maybe 4th grade, so.
So
Like
yesterday?
8?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was excited when I was finally old enough to join the band and like really learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no, girls play bells, boys play drums.
Wow, that is cool.
That is crazy.
You would be an incredible bell player. Don't
Yes.
ever do that.
Yes.
Coulda.
Careful,
never too late.
Careful what you wish
I was gonna
for.
say, never too late, dude.
We're always
Yeah.
like throwing things into his area that he's like, I don't want to play this, and we're like, but now you play this.
Yeah. Too bad, motherfucker. Yeah.
Next set. Next
Somebody-
set is like
somebody
tour
just
set
ordered
is
a
all
bell.
bells.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, just
Might be onto something
lose his
there.
kit and then like, just
I'm
all he has
pretty
is
sure
bells.
I could Amazon a bell. Like right now, it might be
sure.
here before the show's over. And we could like, like
My
Same
urge
day
to play
delivery.
the bells is diminished. that dream is long gone.
it's so cool because it's like interesting. Like I've never even heard anyone say they wanted to play the bells. I thought that was the thing that was like, we don't have anything left for you. Here's a bell.
But have you heard them? Like
They're pretty rad. Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
what is that? Just with my
True.
hand, I'm just doing that. I understand. Yeah.
It's-
Did you get like a drum kit right away then?
No, I didn't play drum kit until.
Is that a snare and a stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played snare drum almost forever, but
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't play with a band.
So like marching snare?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
I was in orchestra, percussion,
Right.
and
Drumline?
I did drumline in high school.
Okay.
But I didn't. Still, no drum set. Did join jazz band, but I was terrible. And there was another guy in that band that blew everybody away. So
Yeah.
I just sat and watched. But yeah, I didn't play drum set with a band until 2011.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
so it's only been a little over 20 years.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, but
Is that right?
But your
11,
muscle memory's been there this whole time, so.
Yeah, I mean, I learned my rudiments and things like that, but putting all 4 limbs together,
That's fair.
and moving
whole other
around
ballgame, yeah.
left and right,
Yeah.
No pun
was
intended,
totally new.
right?
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is true, by the way. But
And then
anyway.
playing with the band and keeping tempos. I mean, tempos are kind of there already with marching
Sure.
band.
Sure, yeah, you
Kinda-
can count.
You
Yeah.
gotta have.
Are you a metronome fan?
Yeah, oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
metronome. I sleep to it.
Yeah. Good.
I set it and go to bed.
Yeah.
There are really those hard lines on
No,
some
but-
drummers.
well,
like,
with
"Fuck
marching,
metronome," like,
it's
"Oh."
very regimented.
Yeah, you
you
know,
know,
Any
so
drummer who
you're,
says fucking metronome is a bad drummer.
you're always on the
Yeah.
metronome.
I love you.
Yeah.
I think I love you.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's never been a problem, and I prefer it really. It really sets everything. It kind of, I kind of cheat on it. You know what I mean? Because I don't have to worry as much about being on tempo. It's there. I'm on the tempo, and,
Yeah.
and we're good. And we now incorporated it into the whole band, and so
Do you
now
guys
that
play with the
everybody's
click
on
live?
it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
and it's
Are
great.
you hearing what he's hearing or just follow? Great.
Yeah, we have inners.
Doesn't
think
it
that
like
was a
it's
game
just more
changer.
comfortable, right? Like everyone knows where everyone's at.
Exactly.
It's a
And no
game
matter what
changer.
your monitors are doing or anything, you're still
Yeah.
like, we're here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
song has started at the one, so
Yeah.
we're all
Right.
good.
Yeah, we just run a little split and we just tell, front of house, do what you want. Turn the wedges off, like,
Yeah.
you
It doesn't
know.
even matter at that
Oh,
point.
nice.
lot
You
of
have your instruments in there
times.
too?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So, unless we're like strapped for time, then like worst case, like we could get it down to where we just split off vocals, track, kick drum, and his sampler. So we could get it down to like just 5 channels, and then we could tell like house, like just put a little like guitar or bass in the monitors and we could hear it fine that way.
Nice.
Like if
Yeah.
because you walk in with this big setup and
Yeah,
they're
it's
like,
every sound guy's scared
yeah, we
of
don't
you.
want to
Till
do
Redwood.
any of
Yeah,
that.
at the
Oh my
Redwood.
God, right?
Yeah, it always
Yeah.
feels silly, and usually
Yeah.
the sound guy likes to tell us how
good they
how
are.
ridiculously unnecessary what we're doing is, and it's like, well, actually,
Yeah, well.
and I'm like, actually, I do your job, and the feedback in your monitor is ridiculously unnecessary. Yeah, boo.
Can
Yeah.
I tell him? Can I tell him your quote to one?
Oh, it's so embarrassing,
Particular
but
sound
you
guy?
can if you want.
Oh, I
Oh,
love this.
I
song.
can't wait.
Can you
yeah.
cuss
It's a
on
little
this
bit
podcast?
embarrassing.
Of course,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah, you can.
I'm pretty sure.
I had
Yeah.
a few Wait, let's preface this with
Minimizing the
me
blow.
and Katie. We drink a lot of Jameson during the set, like to the point where sometimes people like go up to the merch table and is like, they're not really drinking that. That's like fake, huh? They're just trying to be cool, and they're like, no.
And then they try it,
No,
and they're
somebody
like, yeah.
has to take them home later. So we were playing this show. It was like a beer and wine place, and they obviously
Jameson
didn't
to be
have
had.
Yeah, no
Jameson.
Jameson, yeah.
But we had these water bottles that were like metal, so you couldn't
Oh, you
tell.
can't tell what it is,
So we
yeah.
just like filled them up.
It's flask. It's a
Yeah,
flask.
and so we were just like, do you want some of
Water
my water?
bottle.
Do
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
more of my
Some of
water?
my
And we're just
fire
like
water.
passing them
Yeah.
back and forth. And yeah, we just had like the worst show ever there because like the sound guy was like totally not cool with our in-ear setup, trying to convince us we didn't need it the whole time. And I'm like, why don't you understand? It's
It's
a
better.
split.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about us. You could just worry about that. And he was like, just like sabotaging stuff and unplugging things
Oh, God.
mid-set, and it would sound, people were complaining. It was really bad, but
Right.
like,
So I'm breaking down my drums after the set,
Uh-huh.
and I can hear them talking, and like it seemed like everything cut, and it was totally quiet, and I can hear Kristen say, "If you don't think we need inners, then you can go fuck yourself." Okay.
And meanwhile, while that was happening, I like was in this alley petting a cat named Hops, like just totally unaware of like what was going on. I was
aggressive
like,
it
oh,
was
this cat's so
inside."
cute. I'm gonna go pet it.
and he was just like deer in the headlights.
Yeah, I mean.
And then I realized that it got really like intense really fast.
Got
And
heated,
I
yeah.
was like, just kidding.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's just like I don't know. They
It's
gotta
also,
they
like-
gotta like understand. Like it's dude. It's not you. It's
Yeah.
not this place. It's just I'm gonna be somewhere tomorrow. That's not this at all.
Yeah.
I was somewhere yesterday. That's not this at all. What do you expect me to do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be prepared everywhere I go.
Right.
What do you have? Nothing. I'm prepared.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I can still do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like, because I come from like this big production background, you know, and like I work for a lot of like big bands, and the one rule is always the same. Like, your show is your show. And like, if, you know, your setup is this big and the stage is this big, you still set up this big.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and if you have to scale down a little bit, you do everything possible on a smaller stage to not scale down. And like, your show is your show, and that's just how it is. And like, to get some of the smaller venues to kind of respect that, like, they always, you know, that
They just
whole-
don't want to work. It's like,
Yeah.
but just do your fucking
It's like
job.
the sound guy,
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
spot them a mile away. There's
Yeah.
anywhere they'd rather be than
Right.
right here, right now, even
Yeah.
though they love doing sound, but maybe they just hate you. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if
but-
they love doing sound. I think a lot of sound guys don't like doing sound. I think
Have
that's
you
true.
seen that Hard Times,
Yeah.
The Art of Being Grumpy? You gotta watch that. It's so
Okay.
funny,
Yeah,
and it's
great.
just like about a sound, you know.
Yeah,
They're-
just being a sound guy.
Yeah, and they're like documentary following him, and he's just like talking about like all the stuff that he does.
There's
that,
got to be
like-
at least 2 minutes on the snake, right? Like at least,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Or there's this one where they're showing like his hand on the fader and he's not turning it up, and the
Yeah,
guy's like
he's like,
asking for more
more, and he
monitor,
just-
and he's like not doing anything,
Yeah.
and they're like more, and then he's like,
How's that? Yeah.
"You want me to blow the board?"
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he's like, all right. And then just like, but you guys gotta watch. It's kind of long, but it's
No,
worth,
that's totally
it's
worth
worth the
it.
watch,
All right.
especially
I like
you guys
hard
like.
time stuff.
This
yeah.
is one for my terrible sound guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just the tiniest bit that they get.
I'm gonna steal that now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Like,
Just the smallest bit.
this one's for the sound guy.
Unless they're really good.
Shout out the sound.
Unless they're really good. You get the
Everything-
good ones every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes blackout.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
give it up to the guy at Redwood last night, though.
Oh, yeah?
'cause,
They have a good staff.
Yeah,
It
they're-
was great.
yeah.
I don't know, obviously, as a band, you never know what you really sound like out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like the whole night, it wasn't too loud. Like, I felt like I could hear everything from most of the artists, and I could still talk to my friends. And I know that I didn't blow my voice out before our set because he was doing a good job.
Isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it such a
Yeah.
strange little room, and they know it so well that you're like, oh, this might turn out weird, and then you're like, bam! Oh, this is dope.
Yeah, I think it's all that, like, baffling or whatever they have on
It's
the
also
back.
on a weird angle, so like nothing's parallel. Everything's all like bouncing off.
It reminds me of an attic, but it's
Yeah.
not.
It's real sweaty in there.
It is real sweaty.
Yeah, we were
It's, like, very
sweating
sweaty.
bullets last
Balmy.
night.
I believe that's also in the walls, keeping this. Let me fly over. Ready? First
Yes.
instrument.
First instrument, piano.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was 5.
Yeah, okay, get comfy here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was 5. Apparently, I asked my mom that I was like, apparently I wanted piano lessons.
Do you remember seeing it somewhere, or?
I don't know. I remember taking, private lessons.
Okay.
And I played for like a couple years and kind of stopped playing piano and eventually picked up bass when I was like 11 or 12. And then kind of explored other instruments, play guitar as well.
Did someone like influence you into bass, or you just got tired of the piano?
So kind of funny story. So, my brother started playing guitar when he was a teenager. I saw him playing guitar. I was like, well, that's really cool. He ended up starting a band, and the first bass player that they had was a girl. And I was like totally inspired by chick bass player. I was like, I'm
Like that's
Yeah.
dope.
yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
just it
Yeah.
totally just I don't know, the light bulb went off to start learning bass.
Yeah.
So I taught myself, how to play like Blink-182 songs back then.
Totally.
And then eventually she ended up leaving the band, and then they needed a bass player.
Yay.
Oh, it
and
just
so
turns out.
it just
Yeah.
turns out that I happened to be learning some of the songs.
I don't even
and
have an
covers.
amp ready. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So it was like my family's house, we had all the gear already. I
Oh,
had like my first
fantastic.
bass, and then I ended up joining the band.
Yeah. Did like parents play or something like that?
My dad played trumpet, and my mom's a singer. So there was
Okay.
definitely music and like
Yeah.
classic rock. I definitely grew up on
Yeah.
when I was younger. So definitely a lot of music around. But yeah, so my first band, I was like playing with my brother,
Hell yeah.
and that's when I started playing bass, and eventually became like lead singer of that band.
Wow.
So
Like writing songs with brother and
Yep,
everything too?
totally.
Cool.
Nice.
So, but it's crazy to think back because that's actually when I met Kristen.
Yeah.
Was when I was playing in my first band, and she ran sound at one of the venues
there you
that.
go.
Yeah,
That's when I was first
exactly.
learning
Yeah.
sound, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like 12 or 13 when I met her.
Hell yeah.
And that's just kind of crazy to think about. But
Playing the clubs at 12, 13?
yeah.
What's the venue?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Well,
Might get their
venue?
license
Yeah.
revoked.
Yeah.
well, it was Big Fish
Hotel the
Pub.
Viper Room.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Well, there's that
Tell you
Snuck
about
her
that.
yeah, but Kristen used to run sound at Big Fish Pub, which was in Tempe.
Great name.
No longer exists. RIP.
Rip.
But and then crazy enough, Miles to Nowhere was a band around that time when I was playing in my first band. So we definitely played a couple shows together.
Nice.
Before I was even a part of it, right?
In the early, yeah,
Yeah,
pre
in
either of them.
1785.
Yeah.
In 1445.
We're also
yeah.
time travelers.
Yes.
Yes. It's a hidden talent. So yeah, that's kind of how the musical journey started. Technically,
Yeah.
piano, kind of started it off.
Do you
So.
still touch the yeah?
I do, yeah,
Okay.
still
What do you like
play.
to play?
What do I like to play? Well,
Liszt, Chopin, ragtime.
so honestly, I was a music teacher at School of Rock for
Nice.
9 years.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Shout out School
So,
Rock. Like,
yeah.
one of the coolest
Absolutely
organizations
Love
fucking-
School of Rock.
Yeah.
So I learned all kinds of music. I mean, anything from like the Doobie Brothers to like Leonard Skinner, which may sound weird.
Dude, but some of those
but,
classic
like,
rock keys are
the
nuts.
keys
Yeah.
are awesome. And anything from like, Take On Me and like working on synth parts and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
nice.
So I learned a lot, and it's hard to pick one style because I
Sure.
learned like everything. So, but yeah, I
Do you have a
totally
favorite
love-
song on piano? Just something that makes your fingers go, yes. This is what it
Um,
should have been doing.
That's a great question.
Thanks.
Damn, I gotta think about that.
Yeah. For me,
Yeah.
when I first picked up the keyboards and someone was like, "This is Hey Jude," I was like, "Fuck." I think I just learned everything the piano can do and music at the same time.
Yes.
I always want to play this song. All of my fingers are doing all of the things. This is great. That's my example.
Totally. Okay, for me, I think I have a couple songs. for me.
We're discovering it. Yeah.
I know it's like a super popular song, but "Don't Stop Believin'" on keys.
Oh, sure.
yeah.
Is kind of
piano part.
That's
you
an
know,
iconic.
your left hand's doing something different than your right hand, and that whole coordination, it's not easy, but
Yeah.
it's super satisfying to play. That and "Moving Out" by Billy Joel. Anything Billy
there you
Joel
go. Yeah,
is
Billy
is
Joel.
totally
I didn't
fun
even
to
know
play.
You played that. I'm gonna start requesting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then the breakdown where he's doing the extra. Oh yeah. All
Yep.
day.
So those are definitely fun songs
Yeah.
and music that I've taught before as well. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay, what now? What kind of? I was going to ask if I could run
Yeah,
back, and then I'll
of
run back,
course.
and then I'm coming to you. What drum set did you get, and what do you play now? Same
What was the question?
drum set. What did you get like first?
Well, I carried around a Tama Grand Star 2 for
Nice.
about 10 years, hoping that my kids would get into it and decide to play drums so I can teach them everything I know about drums. you know? But kids never do what you want to. They do the opposite of what you want them to do.
Yeah,
So
right.
they wanted nothing to do with the drums. So that was probably the first set I set up and actually played. And currently I play a Tama Star Classic.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Birch
Yeah.
Babinga.
Oh, there you
Limited
go.
edition.
I was about to ask Maple, but then you hit.
Birch
Yeah.
Babinga,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
and it's I think Arctic White. They only made 20.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I
pretty
didn't
special
know
to me.
that
Sweet.
either.
Welcome to the
You're learning
podcast.
so
We're
much.
just
Yeah.
learning so much about each other.
9 years together. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
No, but no one ever asks people these questions. You know.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the drummer.
But that's a great kid. I'm sure you've got to love it.
I do. It's really special to me, and
Yeah.
I love playing. When I get together with these guys, I play in a few bands like every drummer that drum horn.
Drum
Yeah,
hustle.
drum hustle.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
real.
Drum horn.
But when I get to really get on, and that's the only kit. With Miles and Nowhere is the only time I play that kit.
Oh, great.
With my other bands, I play in other kits that aren't.
Other kits, like they
Right,
just have them. So you're
well,
just
I have a Tama, what is it called? A cocktail
Sure.
kit type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Easier
it's
to
fun.
carry.
Yeah, it breaks down easy. It's a good volume. It's
Yeah.
small. So I have that. I have a Yamaha something or other, Stage Master maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. But the Star Classic is really what I love to
Yeah.
play. And when I get to play with these ladies, it makes it so much better.
Nice.
Totally. I think probably sounds just dope too. Are you
Yeah.
cymbal loyal or snare loyal? Stick loyal?
I do match all my cymbals
That's
and only play one brand for what I don't know. They don't pay me, but
Yeah.
They will.
I just upgraded to all K's.
Nice.
I forgot
Yeah.
what line it was. A K, I don't remember, but
Yeah.
I love them.
Sweet.
They're I
Yes.
went from A's to K's, and man, what a difference! What a game
Yeah.
change! Yeah, for their ears and just for performance in general,
Okay.
and sound and dynamics. I love the K's.
Now, what do you like in contrast between the A's and the K's?
Well, the A's, I love the look, and I'm a little.
A's are washier. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes
Really
I go with
Yeah, super bright.
aesthetic more than sound. Like I'm like, okay,
For cymbals, you can do that.
white
I mean, you
drums,
said
white
Arctic
heads.
White Birch for being right?
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
I'm with you.
So I used to really love the brilliant A look, and I like the bright sound. So that's why I kind of went over to the
Yeah.
A's. But then I started listening to the K's, and also Kristen hears a lot of different bands and suggested
Sure.
different symbols, and the K's kind of came up. And when the budget allowed, I went ahead and just did all K's, and man, it's I love them. They're great.
They project more.
They're darker. They're usually heavier.
It's a little warmer
tighter,
sound.
sharper.
Yeah,
warmer.
sometimes
Yeah,
drier.
it's not as piercing.
Yeah.
It kind of sits in the mix a little bit better.
Yeah.
I know nothing about mixes, but that's what I've been told. So, yeah.
Yeah, our
they
boy's
don't-
just a loud boy, so he's like A's.
Yeah.
A's all
I'm
day.
all A's all day.
A's all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And
loud.
they don't
right.
just like
Yeah.
when you're on
Oh,
a small
did I say
stage.
A's? I meant A customs.
Yeah, A custom.
But you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I you know what I meant, right?
You
with
said
it. Okay,
shiny,
great,
so I was
great,
like,
great.
yeah,
We're
custom,
shorthanding it
Yeah.
for
Right.
sure.
There's somebody listening going,
Yeah,
the A's aren't
A
brilliant.
custom.
You know?
Yeah. No, those are A custom.
You started
Yes.
in 2011 and it's 2023. That's not
Yeah, yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you I was bad at math.
Yeah, I mean, I have some K's too, but yeah, no, my main go-tos are all the A's, A customs.
Oh, so what are you playing these days?
Bass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bass
what-
wise, I have a Fender P bass. It is white.
Yes.
I used to play short scale basses for a while, and I had just kind of a couple of not so popular brands. I mean, I had my first bass ever was a short scaled Johnson,
Yes.
that
I
my
mean,
dad got off of Craigslist, of course,
how
when
you
I was
do it.
11.
Mm-hmm.
But
It might not take. You don't want to spend the
right,
exactly.
but still have that.
Excellent.
Don't really play it so much, maybe for practice, because I've now moved into full size. You know, the full thing.
It's the bells.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, so my P bass is like my baby. That's my show bass. I play it all the time.
How long
so,
have you been playing this one for?
I think going on 3 years. So kind of recent. With the full size actually, but
Was that an adjustment? Because it is like
Yeah.
the songs are in a different place.
they really
You
are.
do have to look now again.
Yeah, gotta look a little harder.
A little bit, yeah,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Until you're like, oh, I think it's here.
Yep, but honestly, I prefer it now, and I'm a small individual, so I'm a small lady, so it definitely was an adjustment. But now I'm like, fuck yeah, let's dig
Yeah.
into it. So I love that. Yeah.
P-bass is like the sound though, right? Like if you're looking for like
It's rock and
you
roll.
can't- yeah, it's hard
It's
to.
so versatile, and
Yeah.
I also use a Sans amp, just to
nice.
get the tone. And
Totally.
sometimes I'll end up just using the Sans amp instead of an actual amp.
I tell Nick to do it all the time.
yeah.
I was like, dude,
never does.
Sans
yeah,
amp
I still
rules.
have some actually, but you can do a little topper.
Checking with that.
But as far as like,
It's because you're done with yours. Doesn't mean everyone's done with theirs, Oliver. He's like, I like Jameson.
this is very random, but related to
it's just
Jameson.
smaller.
That's a good bottle. We drink so much Jameson that we could tell if it's a terrible bottle.
Yeah,
or
we
not.
can tell a bunk bottle.
Good
this
Lord,
is great.
Yeah.
I love that. Holy
That's
shit.
something we discovered during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, I can tell.
So
That
just as
Jameson.
it's a fun fact.
I like that that's a note.
I mean, like,
We just write
that's,
descriptions.
yeah, that's, I haven't heard that. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
thing. Now
No,
you'll start noticing though.
I'm gonna.
If you guys drink it a lot.
I mean, I don't drink it a lot.
I'm a
but-
bourbon first,
Yeah, yeah.
so
I like Irish whiskey,
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
usually one of them.
Yeah.
But then we'll also tell them or
Thank
do, or we'll.
Yeah, I like
Do you
Tully.
like Woodford?
I love Woodford.
Woodford
great.
Reserve?
I
Yeah,
love
Woodford.
Woodford.
I think
Why
we-
you ask specifically?
Yeah.
Because I like it. Because
Okay.
you
I
said
think we-
you're a bourbon guy.
I think
Yeah.
we
And that's
have
bourbon.
some right now, or did we,
We
drink
do.
it all? Yeah.
It might be a rye,
Oh, okay. Oh.
which is not as
We-
good as the bourbon in my
I
opinion.
almost switched it to Woodford Reserve because he'll drink it more than
Oh, I see.
Jameson.
Jameson, like,
But, like,
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't switch it because
I took it once.
we can't play the game. We can't play the game with Woodford.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're into switching, but we do have tequilas and bourbons in that fridge.
Yeah, we have
I'm
that.
You want
just
some
letting
tequilas?
you know. Yeah, we typically don't have Irish because it goes too fast.
Yeah, because I just drink it.
As you can tell.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
nice.
keep those bottles
Yeah.
around for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just like it.
yeah. I mean, at a rehearsal,
Yeah.
generally me and Katie try to like play the set once sober, and then we try to drink like 5 shots and then play the set, just to like because
Just to
we
road
know
test
that
it. You
at
gotta
a
fire
show
test.
we
Yeah, yeah.
might have like 10 shots,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
so we have to know that we're not gonna like fuck everything up.
Right.
Just 'cause-
Practice to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
practice under those conditions.
And we're a lot nicer to Rich when we have some whiskey. I'm surprised he doesn't just have like some in his pocket.
Yeah, it's very, very
Yeah,
full.
you
So
just
just be
this.
careful.
He didn't want to grab it. Is that
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is? Okay.
It's okay.
Just be
It's
careful.
all right. I have,
Yeah.
steady-ish hands. I'm going to do that real quick.
There you go.
That
was beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. I was a server
Now I
for,
feel like I'm gonna be like-
a lot of years. Well,
can also
yeah,
just
don't be
sip the
afraid.
top.
Okay.
Yeah. all right, and
There,
then-
there is
So
surface
secret.
tension.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, it's very. it's ritualistic. You see, I know the surface tension is very real there.
I was like, I'm like this close to losing my shit.
Have you ever heard of somebody like people like snorting whiskey?
Yes.
No.
I know it's shocking, right?
How did it work for
I've
you?
never tried it.
Oh well.
But at the studio, I was recording
It
this
burns.
like cowboy guy who did like half country and then he did like half rapping, mostly because he somehow got hooked up with these like rappers who I think just thought it was hilarious when he would start rapping. And he came to the studio like, I want to record this stuff, and then he was just like getting like real drunk real quick, and it sounded weird and like, what's going on with this dude? He was in there snorting whiskey. That's the first I heard of it. But, like, it reminded me because I was going to, as a joke, be like, you could snort it. And I'm like,
Wait,
That's
you
not
actually
a funny
can't.
joke.
I mean, the alcohol goes up into the sinuses, right? And, you're supposed to, I guess, feel something different, but I mean, also cough and choke on it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
While
like
you're
crazy.
recording though, like
Yeah.
that would mess up vocals or
I mean, this
whatever.
guy
My
was
voice
crazy.
is a little hang on. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Rough it up a little bit, I guess.
just really channeling that like rustic cowboy.
Yeah, he can't get into the moment unless he
I
smells.
mean,
it.
that same guy actually ended up like getting shot by the cops.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Well-
he was like the most punk rock person I've ever met, and he did not play one bit of punk rock.
Keep that in mind, kids. Don't snort whiskey.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll write a song. I should write a song about him. Yeah,
Whiskey snorts, and that's just
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll dedicate it to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
First instrument,
Guitar.
guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to play drums,
Okay.
and my parents were like,
Too
"That
loud.
is way too loud and way too expensive, and
Inconvenient.
you
Yeah.
can have an acoustic guitar and close the door when you play it." You know?
You chose wisely.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was like, technically, it was not guitar; it was ukulele.
Oh, okay.
My
Even quieter.
Even
Yeah.
quieter. My grandpa had got me one.
Okay.
And kind of like showed me how to play it, and I really, really liked it. And so then eventually they're like, okay, this isn't going away.
Yeah.
Right.
You can have a guitar.
But they hit you with the acoustic first?
Acoustic first, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted electric, but I'm
course.
glad that I had to do the acoustic thing first, and it wasn't like set up super great.
Super high action.
Yeah,
and
there
really
was even
nice.
a couple like guitars at the house that I don't know if they were actually meant for playing, and I was tuning them and playing them, and like, it was like this far off there, and like my fingers were getting all gnarly and stuff until finally they're like, all right,
It's a
All
steel
right,
lap guitar.
you
And you're
can
like,
have
why
one."
doesn't it break?
why does it work? Why am I bleeding? Yeah.
Exactly how Kurt Cobain does it, I
Yeah.
swear. So then how old are you? Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
I know we're all very excited about it. Yeah. Oh,
Keep
wow.
talking.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
So,
distract you.
how old were you when you got like the first then acoustic?
That acoustic, I was maybe like 8 or 9, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty little.
And that stuck? Did you start learning songs or just like fiddling around, making noise?
I
Did you
kind
take
of started
lessons?
learning songs. Yeah, so I took this one little like
One lesson.
stint of lessons.
Okay.
It was like at a community center,
Okay.
and it's like a bunch of people in there, and they teach you how to play like blowing in the wind and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
really strummy type things,
Sure.
and they're like showing you the down, down, up, down stuff, and
D
I'm just like,
major.
this is
Yeah.
not what I want to do with this thing, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I did end up learning. I learned all like the open chords,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for
that way.
basics. Yeah.
And then that was at the time where like tabs were huge, so you just go on like, Ultimate Tabs or whatever it was
Yeah.
back then, and I just started kind of learning stuff. But I was always that player who just like learned the cool part and didn't
Didn't do the whole song.
didn't
yeah.
learn the whole rest. You get to the part that's like kind of hard or different that you don't know how to do yet, and because I didn't have like a teacher, I wasn't like, I'm just like, nobody likes that part,
Oh, the
Definitely.
solo. Fuck the
I've
solo,
definitely played Enter Sandman in Guitar Center before in my early days. But yeah, and then it just evolved into writing songs.
Oh yeah.
And I
Sure.
feel like that's where like I really found my niche, was writing songs and like making up stuff. And I even think in some ways I wrote better songs then when I knew less about the instrument.
Isn't that the shitter sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You're li-
Ignorance is bliss.
yeah, you're limited, so you just focus on what's cool instead of like, oh, I could make this cooler. No, it's already cool.
Yeah.
Stop. Like, you're good.
This is all I know how to do.
This-
Here it is.
Yeah.
And it
There's-
rocks.
There's
and it
a
rocks.
beauty about that, especially since not to sidetrack, but since I taught music for a living and like learning other people's songs, it definitely took time away for like original music. However, it was cool to learn other people's stuff because it's inspiring and kind of helps you write stuff on your own, but I'm not doing that anymore, mainly because I want to be able to focus on writing original music and like
Totally.
make our music the best that I can be, and just put all that like mental energy into doing that.
Yeah.
So
But like it's things like this that like help you add to a toolkit. Like you
Yeah, it's just
learn,
building a
you know,
database. Yeah.
those cool things that you wanted to learn is just part of like the what you want to express. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I
There
love
was
that. I want that.
in the beginning, like when I knew nothing about timing and time signatures and any of that, like I really and still do to this day like default to 3/4 more than 4/4.
Cool.
Hilarious.
Like my brain just thinks that way,
Yeah.
and then I won't, and then I'll like be like, oh, I wonder what the metronome time is for this. Not even thinking about it, and I'll throw it on, and I'll be like, oh, it's 3/4.
Again.
Yeah. And so sometimes, and then at that point, I'll just decide like a lot of stuff that in its original form is not 4/4, and I'll.
Oh,
Just-
retrofitting those
Do you,
things
do you
is
stretch it
difficult.
out? Yeah.
Just to prove it to myself that I'm not just doing whatever I want whenever I want.
Oh.
I'll
What?
figure
What's wrong with
out.
that though?
I'll figure out what it is because since we're like
on a
a
click.
metronome band,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like I
Well,
have
just
to
take
be
off
able
the
to.
downbeat and just have it
I
on
have
the
to be able to
BPM.
prove
Yeah.
to these guys that I am doing the same accents at the same spot. You know, I'm not
I am
just
consistent, I swear.
Whenever, wherever. So
I feel it because like if that weren't true, why aren't the demos perfect?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
So then once I figure out what it is, then I try to objectively decide if that's better or not, or if I'm the only one who understands it that way. And then sometimes I'll just be like, all right, let's put the extra beat in, you know.
Let's redo the song.
But these
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are cool. They'll like roll with me on the weird shit. So
Yeah.
I'm
Odd
like
meters are
really
great.
grateful for
Down.
that.
Down for that, yeah.
Yeah. But I do have to like prove it. I have to prove that it is something.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's
And
a good
if-
point.
And
Yeah.
if we can, if
Yeah,
there-
don't
it-
just do it because you like think it should or something.
even
yeah.
if it has to be like, well, it's 3/4 3/4 3/4 4/4.
Yeah.
3/4 3/4 3/4 4/4.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing. That is something on our album.
There you go. Yeah.
But if I can prove it that it is that every time, then I can drag them into the darkness with me.
Peer reviewed.
Yeah, yeah,
Stamp.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's the parents like raising you on music wise in the house? Like what are you growing up listening to?
I probably heard a lot of Beatles,
Nice.
a lot of Beatles, and then a little more Beatles, which is awesome. I mean, obviously now I love the Beatles.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
but if you never hear it again, you already know it. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's one band I can probably listen to over and over.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say that's what I was raised on.
Yeah. And then what did you find your teenage rebellion to be like?
Geez, once I got on my own, I went way out the deep end, and I ended up with the Smiths,
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Cure, Depeche Mode.
I mean, they have a little Beatles in them, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
sad
British.
Beatles.
Yeah.
in them. Yeah.
But I don't know, for some reason it didn't make me sad. I mean,
Oh, no,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like it really.
They are, but it makes people feel good.
no,
Yes.
I loved it. I loved Johnny Marr's guitar.
All day.
And
Johnny
it
Marr's
really,
so
there was
good.
no drums. I mean, drums are great. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't attracted to the band because of the drums.
Yeah,
You know,
they're pretty
It
simple.
was the
Yeah.
melodies and
Yeah.
and the
Texture,
vocals
sound,
and
yeah.
Morrissey voice, and I don't know. I just fell in love with that. And
Do you have a favorite Smiths record or a favorite
well,
Morrissey song?
Jeez, I mean, Meat is Murder is probably the best
Okay.
Okay.
of all of them.
I mean, right? That's
Yeah.
yeah.
if that's arguable, let's go. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
And then Morrissey's song. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can focus on just one.
Good. He's not as good as the Smiths. Got it. I got him. All right.
You just said what I was thinking.
I'll get him to his face. Shout out, Morrissey. We're coming for you.
I eat meat, damn it.
That's
I'm bringing
right.
a cheeseburger.
I smell them. Concerts off.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very, very.
Yeah, he
cool.
walks off stage.
The stagehands can't even it can't be on the premises.
No one can wear leather.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Wow.
it's crazy. Like, cause I've like worked some shows and like, if a
He's-
stagehand walks up there with a cheeseburger, he'll cancel the show.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
legend for canceling him.
Wow.
In his older age, I mean, he doesn't need to play it.
Yeah.
He never needed to play this. Even in the Smiths, I'm just here because they asked me.
Yeah.
What a legend. Have you seen him live?
Oh yeah.
Oh, how many
Definitely.
times?
Geez, probably 4 times.
You
4
say,
or 5
oh yeah, so I had to
Yeah.
ask how many times.
Yeah. I was here at UCLA when there was a riot. And
Oh.
the show was shut down because he said, "You don't have to sit in your seats. Come join me on stage."
And everyone just fucking
the
did,
entire
yeah.
arena, rushed the stage, and they decided to shut the show down. And then everybody got unruly and tore down all the merch booths, and yeah, it was awesome.
That's
How cool is it to have that kind of power that you're like, you know what? I don't feel like finishing this set.
Let's just break it.
Can you
Like,
guys
yeah.
riot so
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
can get home by dinner?
Yeah.
And
I'm tired.
The reason he did it too.
It's not an Anthrax show; it's a Morrissey show.
Yeah.
It's like, I got this.
It's not a mosh.
It's like I got
show,
this killer baked potato in the oven at home. I can't wait to get back to it.
My kale salad is getting cold.
Yeah.
Margarine only chives.
Right?
Okay, what are the parents raising you on?
So definitely Zeppelin. I mean, AC/DC, Foreigner, Journey, like
All the classics.
definitely. And then since you also asked him, like, besides what your parents
It's coming.
and like
Yeah.
those classics, I mean, that's when I started drifting off into like pop punk. So I mean, as I mentioned, like Blink-182, Green Day, of course, like Good
Were they the
Charlotte.
first loves? Like what you know?
Yeah, honestly, it was probably Good Charlotte.
Okay.
Because
Charlotte's
like
rad.
I was a kid, and I don't know, there's something about like their first couple albums
They're
that
really
just
good. Yeah.
there was something about it.
I mean, also their
So-
photo shoots. Did you see them?
Oh yeah,
They were babes.
They had
Yeah.
like
They
freaking
were all doing the
spiky
dance
Liberty
thing. Oh,
spikes.
what a
and
Eyeliner out the
product.
wazoo.
So good.
yeah, so and
Tattoos,
then
yeah.
they looked the part too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But their music I thought was cool and unique, you know, at the time.
Still, like
I mean-
it holds up.
Yeah.
Those albums are still really
Yeah.
If
good.
you listen to pop punk, like the definition of it, and you still revisit Good Charlotte, there's still like alternative rock
Yeah.
all up in those songs. It's
Yeah.
not following the same
No.
backbeat or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, their songwriting I feel like is really good too.
Super pop
you know,
songs.
and it's like you can always tell it's their music. So yeah, those are like
Josh
some,
Freese
some
on
bands.
drums.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah, yeah.
shine through later in their career too, when they're, I just wanna live.
Yeah, and they started doing like some
Poppy.
more like kind
Yeah.
of experimental stuff for their like where they were,
Totally.
right? So, yeah. Trying to think of like what
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I want to know yours.
Oh God, here it comes.
Yeah, what's the parents like making you listen to growing up?
Well, real quick, speaking of parents, can I just say that Katie's parents are like the raddest parents ever?
Yes, you can.
Shout
no,
out-
not allowed. Yeah.
Shout out
Katie's
Bob
parents,
and Beth.
Yes.
Bob and Beth. Shout out Bob and Beth.
Shout out.
Yeah, whatever they did with Katie musically was awesome. So, anyways, okay, so
you.
I feel like this might be kind of weird, but I think like a huge influence for me, and I can't even like pinpoint the exact songs, was like listening to like oldies with my grandpa.
Okay.
What do you
And
mean,
I-
oldies?
I don't even know, like, you know,
Like old show tunes.
Is
and
this
stuff?
Motown or
Yeah.
or standards?
even pre-Motown, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Pre
Tin Pan Alley
Motown,
stuff.
yeah, and then
Benny
like,
Goodman style.
yeah,
band, yeah.
stuff like that. Just
Bing
like
Crosby.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Dean Martin, Frank
Mario
Sinatra,
Lanza
like
stuff.
things like that,
Yeah.
like old stuff like
Yeah.
that, where it got real cheesy real quick, you know. And I feel like that I bring that to the table in our music. Like I'm not afraid to go into that like cheesy area.
You mean
know?
like lyrical quality, like
the melodies.
melody?
Oh,
The
sure.
super
yeah.
catchy like vocal melodies that happened then, and then it's cool now because like that, and then into like the Motown stuff, you know. I feel like in a way we like kind of bring that in, and then with like harmonies and stuff, we're always working on like the vocal parts and things like that. But yeah, and then I did have me and him kind of get down on the Smiths thing because I had an uncle that was really into that stuff.
Nice.
And so, and like all of that whole like 80s
Post-punk stuff.
yeah, with
Yeah.
like Cure and Smiths and stuff like that.
Devo,
so,
psychedelic furs.
and he
these-
was
Yeah.
always like our
Great.
favorite uncle. So we were like, oh, what's that? We want to listen to that, you know?
Right.
So it's funny, like we've like on long drives like nerded out on that a little bit.
Nice.
But when it all comes down, and then like my family was a little religious, so I feel like that like hokey cheesy stuff that happens at church, like I heard a good amount of that
Hey,
as
there's
well.
good songwriting in there. Christian rock's
And-
got good songs.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes like a lot of my songwriting kind of simple. Is all those influences.
The 1 to the 4 to the 5.
Yeah, so like the rad part is that the bands that I feel like we really like sound like and fit in and stuff, you know, like Blink or like Alkaline Trio or like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah, I hear all
all
of
that
it.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
all that
totally.
entire genre. I didn't pick it up till later, and I feel like I was already writing those songs.
Yeah.
And so when I found that, I'm like,
Oh, it exists.
oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
people,
So on
my
one
people.
hand,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great. There's people like me, and on the other hand, I was like, oh, people have done this already. You know?
I'm not special.
Am I
Yeah.
happy about it or not happy about it? I don't know. I kind of wanted to be on my own with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then your Teenage Rebellion music?
Teenage Rebellion music.
Yeah, like it was your own music. No one was making you listen to this.
I feel like it was all that stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
just got into the punk rock.
It was definitely the punk rock stuff. And then I also liked heavier stuff. Like I liked like Deftones, Rage Against the Machine, like all that like heavy stuff. And I
Big
think we
guitars.
like pull in some heavy stuff. Cause like I always do try to like, especially with the chords, I try to like break us away from that cheesy
Right.
standard sounding thing.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'll like do a lot of like inverts and like to me where the chord is played is a really big deal to me.
Voicings are huge.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
matters. Yeah.
Like a really, really big deal to me, and it could just like change everything.
I mean,
you know?
Yeah.
try Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi in the incorrect fingering. You're like, well, this is not the song. This doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so first record you bought with your own money.
It was
Now
U2,
Oh, yes.
Rattle and Hum.
Oh, yes.
Wow. That's a live album, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Scorsese soundtrack that like
Right.
compiles studio
Yeah.
and live.
Yeah.
Gave me chills because I did listen to it my last time coming back from California to Arizona.
Ah.
And yeah, it was, I sang along, lost my voice.
Easy to do with Bono. Lose your voice. And
Yeah,
sing
he
his stuff.
was very shouty.
Uh-huh. Do you have a favorite U2 track?
On that one, it would be Angel of Harlem. is that
Okay.
right? Yeah. I do
That's
like
like
that
a
one.
funky one.
Yeah, I like the
It's like a
the
bluesy,
drums and the
funky
rhythms
thing.
and the
Yeah.
guitars. Yeah.
The vocals
They're the
on
most
that.
And the one he did with BB
Vocals,
King
yeah.
was sick too. Man, that's so good.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that one. I know they did it. I don't
Yeah.
remember
These
it.
are tasty
Check it out.
choices.
It's good.
First record with your own money.
It was Britney Spears.
I think that's Nick's, right?
I'm pretty sure
Is
it's
that why
like
Miles
Yeah.
Nowhere follows Britney Spears?
No, that's me.
Okay.
whatever the record was where it's like, "Oops, I did it again."
Called
Yeah.
Oops, I Did It Again.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. I like begged
What
my
do you
mom to
think?
buy it for me.
That's
I
album
think,
number
but
2, because One More Time is the first one.
yeah, that was like her second album,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Follow-up.
But yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
No sophomore slump on that count.
No, I think no.
Just
Fucking-
hits on hits.
absolutely.
Yeah. Did that stick? Did you get the rest of the Britney's catalog?
I think so. Yeah, that and like the
rules.
Backstreet Boys
Of
too.
course.
Like
That's
we're
why
definitely
My
jams.
first two was Backstreet Boys and Blink-182 were
Yeah.
at the same time.
Team
Yeah.
Backstreet?
Yes.
Okay.
Team
I'm actually
Backstreet.
Team NSYNC,
Yeah, I was
but-
always Team Backstreet. I
Just
was
because
like,
you had the record doesn't mean that you know.
I just thought their music was better than NSYNC. If we're comparing the two, you know.
I understand.
Like, I just-
But it's all Max Martin.
yeah.
Either way, right?
They're the same songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Backstreet Boys did write songs already for adult contemporaries, so those songs have aged a little bit better than
Yes,
say
they
Bye
hold
Bye
up.
Bye
Yeah,
I agree.
They hold
or
up a little
dirty
bit.
pop, things like that. Because NSYNC was very much
For the kids.
for the key.
For the kids.
But I was just playing an acoustic gig last weekend, and I Want It That Way crushes.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Oh, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone
all the
loves that
time.
song.
It's one of the
Yeah.
greatest pop songs, like of that.
yes,
yeah.
amen to that.
10 years back and forth. Yeah. First record with your own money.
So I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a compilation,
Ah.
and it was like some kind of punk rock / like X Games or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch
And
of
it
these
was
things,
green.
Yeah.
It was like
Green.
You know, that like slime green, puke green color.
Monster Energy's
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
compilation.
It was something like
Yeah.
that, and it was just like it was mostly punk songs on there.
Like it's like a skate punk comp,
yeah,
right?
I bought a lot of stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
like the
like
fat,
30 tracks
the fat
on it.
ones, and like all that, where you just get all this stuff
Punkorama.
on Punkorama. I had like all the
Warped Tour,
Punkораmas.
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
But
Yeah.
what I remember specifically about that was that there was a Sugar Ray song on there, and I
Ooh.
thought it was awesome, but it was heavy,
Huh.
and it was just like,
This is pre them like catching fire.
yeah. And so when they did catch,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to go back and find that heavy stuff, and I could never find it.
They wiped it.
Wait, it's gone, right?
Yeah, the label said
The
you don't have a
label
history.
said-
You are not this band.
The
Yeah,
label
yeah.
said
Wow.
you did not write these songs.
Yeah.
You did never release
That
these
very,
songs.
very first record has like one or two that like verge on it, but the
Like
rest
this
are
was
so.
very heavy. It was maybe the heaviest song
Lit's
on
first
the whole
record
comp.
is like that too. It's like borderline metal.
And
New
I
metal.
played that song over and over and over. And then when everything changed and it all disappeared, I questioned my own existence.
It's like the Mandela effect at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
have been a different
I could've
timeline
sworn
where
this was
Sugar
a-
Ray
yeah.
was like,
Yes,
Was a metal band.
yeah.
Yeah.
you ordered the chicken sandwich at that one place, everything changed,
Yeah.
and Sugar
Something
Ray is
happened,
no longer
yeah.
a metal band. Fantastic. How about music videos? Like, is there plans for more? What's the last one you
We
put
have
out?
one on deck.
Okay.
We shot it a year ago.
Okay.
Right.
Harbor
Oh,
High.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
However miles snower.
That
We
isn't
take
out
forever
yet?
to do
Take
everything.
Forever.
No, so we have this song called Texas Song. I'm gonna totally plug it.
Cool.
Which
Yeah,
will
yeah.
force me to release
Go
it
listen to it.
sooner.
And then watch
We
the video.
recorded it over a year ago.
Yeah,
And we recorded the video for it like a year ago. And I just barely am now happy with the mix. So I already had it. It was already mixed and mastered twice. And it's just like when I like listen back to stuff, it has to be something that I would listen to. And there's been too many times where I've released things knowing it wasn't something I would listen to and knowing it's not really what I wanted for the song.
Isn't that the shitter?
That
Yeah.
is the shitter, and it's the shitter for them because when I do that, I don't promote it.
yeah.
And so even with like Galaxy Punk, the like black album, that's really an EP, but they call it an album on iTunes, which is so
Long
cool.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't promote that like I should have. And years later, I listened to it, and I was like, wow, I really dropped the ball on this. This is great. This is great stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Texas Song, we have it. It's recorded. I'm happy with the mix now, so we just got to get it mastered.
Okay.
And we have the video. It's all done.
The video's all done. Where'd you shoot it?
Prescott.
Okay.
And Flagstaff, Arizona.
You found different locations?
No, it's Prescott.
Oh.
Well, I guess there's some show footage.
Yeah.
But everything, remember when
Yeah.
we went to my buddy's ranch?
Yeah.
That was Prescott.
That was
Because
awesome.
we played at that Weird All Ages venue that closed
Yeah.
before. See, venues
Yeah.
are closed.
I
sucks.
know.
It's all
Like we
COVID's fault.
recorded it, venues are closed. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we have that coming out. That song I wrote. I worked for Slightly Stupid for a year, and I wrote that song when we were just literally like stuck in the middle of nowhere of Texas for like a couple days, and I wrote
Texas
that song. So at the show, I'm always like, I wrote this song in a parking lot in Texas, and it's true. But the song doesn't say Texas in it one time, and it has nothing to do with Texas. It's just I happen to write it in Texas, so we call it Texas Song.
That
And
happens.
hopefully
Yeah.
that'll come out within our
Got a
lifetime.
twangy bass feel. So.
It's one of my favorite songs to play on bass for sure.
There's a
Oh, there you go.
yeehaw. There's a
definitely
yeehaw
a
in it.
yeehaw. And
Yeah, that's
Feel
Texas.
me.
And then
Yeah.
like when
That's
it
the
happens,
only Texas part about it.
we got some cheers on the yeehaw last night, which is fun when we're in different cities. Cause like I feel like people freak out when the yeehaw happens because they don't think that this punk band that's playing this weird song about Texas that doesn't say Texas at all. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get like a yeehaw from Katie.
Yeah, and it depends on the night too. Whenever we play it, like I always ask whoever, if there's somebody that comes with us that has heard us play the song before, I'm like, all right, how was my yeehaw? You know, it gets like rated every time that we play it, how hype the yeehaw is.
Rate my yeehaw.
Yes.
Right, you need like a database, like statistics of.
Yeah.
We'll have a
Oh, that was
shitty
good.
rehearsal and like we'll get to that and it's like
I'll be like, yeehaw.
like,
You're like, it was a really good tour, but I only had like 3 yeehaws that were 8 and above. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going for more.
Yeah, I gotta work
But-
on it.
I think if I had to pick my best yeehaw, it was probably at the Marquee in Tempe, and we were opening up for Authority Zero, and it was like right after COVID. It was like a really big show for us because it got postponed and it kept getting pushed
it was
back.
the
So
first big show after COVID
Yep.
like that happened at all and it was sold out.
Nice.
Yep, it was
Yeah,
like
everyone just needed to get out.
epic
yeah.
show, right? So that was the first time that we played it basically live in front of everyone, and you best believe I like brought the yeehaw that night, and I
course.
don't know if I've been able to top it
Oh,
since then.
the perfect yeehaw.
like,
yeah.
and
Everybody
everyone
was just like
everyone that was there was like, dude, that was your best yeehaw. So it's hard to top that
Well,
one.
there's a lot of bonus,
Yeah, yeah.
emotion under that.
Exactly.
yeehaw.
There's a lot of history.
You know
yeah.
what? I'm gonna send you guys the soundbite
Of
for
just the
the-
yeehaw.
of just the yeehaw. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Oh.
give it to you guys.
I'll make that my ringtone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Fantastic.
it because you did one for
every-
the record, right?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
And you got a good one for the record. Yeah.
What's funny
Funny
is,
story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so when we recorded the song, you know, we recorded it at Kristen's studio,
Yeah.
and I did several yeehaws, like, with a professional microphone and everything, but Kristen was like, I don't know, these just,
I
they're not
definitely had
it.
beef with the yeehaw that we had.
Yes.
I couldn't find. There was like 20 of them. I was like,
We don't have it.
we just
yeah.
don't have it.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing, she's like, can you just go and like record it on your phone somewhere? And I was like, okay. So I went in my car and I had like a click track going and I was just yeehawing in my car by myself and I felt like such an idiot. But then I got the one.
Yeah.
I got the
sent
one.
it, and I heard it, and I'm like, I wanted to cry. I'm like, this is it. This is the best yeehaw.
the
Now you
one.
know why we don't release shit, because I'm like, the yeehaw is not right.
We can't
Do
put
it-
the yeehaw is wrong.
Do it 100 more times off of a cell phone.
Yeah.
I swear it'll be there.
Don't use the Neumann microphone we have at the studio.
Yeah.
Use
It's
your
not
cell
$3,000.
phone
Yeah.
in the car.
It's not capturing the vibe.
Yeah.
No, the vibe was not there, and we're all about vibe. You know?
Oh yeah. Cell phone mic all the way.
Oh, but that's recording audio, right?
I'll be
Like,
disappointed in you both if you don't finish that bottle.
Oh yeah.
We finished a bottle like that, like.
I'm just checking, you know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
just
see
sipping.
through your glasses, so I
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
exactly know.
See, I'm
and
kind
I
of
don't
sipping.
think Oliver should
Yeah, I'm
pour.
just
I'm not
sipping.
pouring anymore. I've lost my pour privileges.
See, we were hoping that we would just keep drinking until you guys just couldn't even form sentences anymore.
Oh.
you know?
Again, we have bourbon and tequila. I think we have a gin in there right now.
Do we? I don't know.
Rich,
definitely have a
Rich
vodka.
can vouch
Yeah,
for
we
the
definitely have
fact
vodka,
that,
yeah.
like, people don't know what they're in for. Like, when they try to drink shots with us, it's like. Because they
We
look
need
at
more
us
pickle
and they're
juice.
like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
then you have more pickle juice. than
I
me."
know.
Wow.
I know.
Thought a whole jar of pickles would be it.
No, it's not
You
enough.
can always, like, you know.
Yeah, you can just nibble on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what I've been doing. Chasing
Yeah.
with an actual pickle.
Yep.
So one time we were having Miles Snow rehearsal at my house. So I have in Tempe, this house, we have a basement in it, and that's where we practice. So I have my recording studio is not at the house,
Mhm.
but it's hard to like really get the creativity that we need to have happen there, and I have to like hold some sort of professionalism there in case someone like has a question about something. But
Yeah.
like at the house is where we really like the creative juices are flowing, and so I have like 3 roommates there who have, because it's a tri-level, and so upstairs there's like 3 people living up there, and one person is this older lady who was like a friend of a friend and needed a place, and we're like, it's really
Uh-oh.
loud here.
Yeah, we're gonna play
It's
music.
really,
yeah.
really loud and
Yeah.
disturbing, and like
I'm gonna guess.
we
Shout
don't know
out
what's gonna
Gladys.
happen.
Shout out. Sylvia?
Shout out Stephanie. But
Stephanie.
we call her the lady. Because,
Okay.
like, right before she was moving in, we're just like, the lady's going to be here. You guys better clean up your shit. The lady's going to be here.
lady's
The
coming.
lady's not going to like it. So we just always call her that. But she's down to party. She digs it, you know. I think it keeps her young.
Sure.
But one day, we were out of pickle juice. And
Oh.
I had this idea. And I'm like, we're wasting all these pickles. I'm like, why aren't we juicing the pickles for extra
blend 'em.
juice? And so, like, next thing you know, I go upstairs and she's juicing all the pickles because at this point, there's like three jars with no juice and all pickles.
Just pickles.
And she's just over there throwing the pickles through the juicer. It was a real weird consistency, though.
It was,
I'm sure it's like relish.
I
in
don't
that one.
recommend juicing
No.
pickles at home, but
Yeah.
like she did it. The lady fucking came through.
Shout out the lady.
Shout
Shout
out the lady.
Yeah.
Shout out the lady.
Oh,
She's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like,
You got patent
She's
pending.
like,
Wrong
gonna be like-
consistency.
the fucking lady. And it wasn't the wrong consistency,
Like,
damn
those were
it.
perfect.
How dare you insult my pickle juicing?
It was more like it tasted like some sort of like baby birded pickle.
Yeah, it's like relish, basically. Yeah. She made relish.
It was kind of.
It was a dill relish
Yeah,
juice.
It was still just like I don't know how to describe what
It was relish juice.
Yeah, yeah.
relish
You're right.
juice.
Yeah.
Was it liquidy or was it chunky?
Yeah, it was liquidy
Oh,
still.
okay.
It
Yeah.
was a pickle smoothie.
Pickle smoothie.
Yeah.
Little chunk here and there.
Yeah.
Chunk. We
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
froze it. Just like
Pickle pops.
pickle pops.
Yeah.
Oh, pickled ice cubes, right? You just drop them
Oh.
That would be good.
in the rye. Come on.
That
we
actually
could be
might be
onto
good.
it.
So disgusting.
Guys,
Guys.
we got to patent this shit.
Trademark.
Yes.
You guys didn't know that we were doing groundbreaking things today.
Yeah.
Happens once an
Mil-
episode at least.
$1 million idea.
How
Hell
about
yeah.
how about the Tempe scene? We have to shout out Chrome Rhino,
Chrome Rhino.
and Banana Gun,
Mhm.
and
That's all Phoenix.
They're
that's all
definitely some
Phoenix.
OGs of
Yeah.
Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah. How's the Tempe scene? You
Tempe seems good.
Yeah.
It's working its way back. You know,
Cool.
obviously COVID shut everything down,
yeah.
but it feels like it's working its way back.
What are your favorite places to play there?
I think our two faves are probably Pub Rock or Marquee.
Okay.
But
Nice.
Marquee, we're not like headlining that on our own yet.
Sure.
You know.
Mhm.
Right.
So
bigger
we're always
venue.
like
Yes.
with somebody there.
But much love to Yucca Tap Room. who
I
we're
know.
Yeah,
playing next.
we
I
just
mean,
did Yucca.
Yeah, we played at Yucca quite a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had some like pretty banging shows there. You know, it's small and divey, but it's fun.
Weird setup too. Like
It's
just
weird.
It
all
is.
That, all that pinball, dude.
I'm just like, yeah, it's
If everyone could just come into the main room
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
second, we have
Guys,
some
there's
songs
bands
to
here.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a couple. So when we do our own shows, we usually do them at Pub Rock,
Okay.
just because I feel like our fans will be more comfortable there, and
That's huge.
Yeah.
and when you're talking, you know, our local crowd, which they probably feel like they could see us more often than somewhere else. You know, like I feel like I want more people to come to the show than can fit in front of the stage at
Fair.
Yeah.
Yucca.
Yeah.
But Yucca's fun when it's raging in there. But like you have to have a headliner in there that people feel like they're not gonna see him again for a long time if they don't go to that show.
Right.
Which is kind of like that Guttermouth show we're on. That's already
yeah.
sold out.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
totally that
next
type of
week.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes
Just the parking lot of Yucca, you're like, all right, it's this type of place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we go in, and of course I'm like always like having this like super high sound standard. So like usually if we do like our own headlining show at Yucca, like we come early and like bring our own
And check
console,
and,
like
yeah,
we bring
yeah.
all and like and then we're like
just replace the console entirely.
and then we're doing like
We're that band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
that band.
we're like super annoying.
Yeah.
Super annoying, but it's fun. Last time we brought in like a whole lighting package.
That's cool.
Because I got
Nice.
a friend, my buddy, I got to shout out Lit Lighting.
Shout out
Shout out
Lit
Lit
Lighting.
Lighting, Chris Lit. He's super cool. He supplies lights for like a lot of big artists. I toured with Iration for a while. He supplies their tour. He does all the big festivals and like pretty much anything, all the big stuff going through, like he's doing a lot of that. So shout out Chris Lit.
Big
Love
shout
it.
out.
It's
Of
lit.
course.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, we did a live stream. We did every single Sunday for over a year.
Fuck.
We
We did every other week. You guys did every fucking
We did
week.
every
Whoa,
Sunday.
yes.
We live streamed
Shit.
bands, artists. I had a 9-piece funk band in my backyard at one point.
Nice.
Like 6-piece reggae band.
Excellent.
We did it very frequently.
Yeah,
We
it
had
was
all our
fun.
friends on. But Chris Lit, he's the homie. He called me up. Obviously, no one's working then, and he's like, hey, I think your live stream is like the shit. It's so grassroots. It's so so awesome. I mean, we're like duct taping iPhones to the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
So like,
Just
Oh, yeah.
making it work.
and
Yeah.
I figured out I
There's
have
one above my head that I was just like, hope it doesn't fall on me. Well,
because we had the like legit drum angle.
Yeah.
Right.
And like we
Nice.
came out the gate doing that with like 9 cameras, and I
Sweet.
have an M32 at the house.
Yeah.
And so we're
So you're
doing
cueing the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing that.
Changes.
We're forcing the artist to play with in-ears so that it's like super clean, no
Nice.
bleed.
Yeah.
We're doing all that, but Chris Lit calls me up and he's like, "This is so cool," and it like sounds better and is cooler than every other cell phone video out there right now. And he's
Yeah.
like, "I'm not doing anything. I'm dropping off like 10-15 grand worth of stage lighting at your house.
Sweet.
Do what you want with it." And he dropped off a bunch of stuff and he just made it like
Fuck yeah, dude.
so awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't know why I went on this tangent.
What-
No,
but
no.
It's
Chris
called
Lit.
consistently
Yeah,
off. This
well,
is what
yeah.
we do.
The whole
we
show
go-
is a
This went off,
tangent.
but I have to shout out Chris Lit because
Yeah.
we love him.
Yes.
Any desire to get it back like once a month or something?
Yes,
Yes.
actually, huge desire to
Yeah.
do that.
Scheduling, obviously.
Scheduling, so tour.
Yeah.
During that time, it's literally like people would watch it and probably not realize what went into it.
Oh,
They
of course.
never
They never
do.
do. Yeah. Yeah. Who's gonna question that? Yeah.
All we did, so it was
course.
me, my roommate Paul. He plays in a band called the Let Me Downs.
Great name.
And then Andy, my other roommate, he plays in a band called Nito. So it was the three.
I also play in that band.
She plays
name.
keys in
I
that
play
band.
keys in Nito.
Oh, sweet.
And it was the three of us and a few interns that were needing to graduate from the conservatory in Arizona. And like, we're literally just like building an entire concert in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one that we did was a Miles to Nowhere thing. And we're like, we're going to do this every Sunday until shows come back. And then
Yeah.
after like 6 of them, we're like,
Oh,
I
this
don't,
sucks.
I don't
Yeah.
know, like,
This
we
went
played
on
all
longer
the
than we
same
expected.
songs
Yeah.
so
The
many
whole
times.
catalog.
Yeah, we
you
did
know?
that too. Yeah.
But
But
then,
it
like,
was-
also the attendees just keep dropping
Yeah,
off
yeah.
because you're just kind of
Well, we
playing the
felt
same
like it
things,
was
yeah.
like, we had the attendees. So we're like,
Right.
what do we do? The first one, we were just shocked because it's like,
Yeah.
there's like
Made a lot of money on
a
those
couple
first
hundred people
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
About to waiting for you guys to start. You're late, like. So I had taught Paul how to do video. Andy was in charge of set design, and I was doing audio and just kind of like running everything, And like we were just amazed that like, wow, like people are watching this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
more people than come to a Miles to Nowhere show.
Oh, totally.
Are watch like
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
end the stream with thousands of views, and
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah.
fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
So we rolled into like doing that. We
Just
had
the
to get
share button is way easier than parking, like every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is
Every
cool.
time, yeah.
We were
Definitely.
kind of like, we may never play a venue again. Why would we?
This is too good.
This is
Yeah.
too good. Yeah. So through that whole time, like we really had it on lock with like the good streams. I'll share some with you guys so you
Yeah,
can
sure.
see it.
Yeah.
But we had like full like photo video lighting,
Ugh.
plus everything Chris Lit gave us,
Nice.
and we just tried to
The
pick
fact that
good
you had like
artists.
that many angles in queuing them, like we were
Yeah,
at our
we,
lockout
we had one phone
that has like
and 2 mics, like getting all of us.
bad circulation in
Yeah.
the room.
Bad Wi-Fi.
We figured out how to do all of that off of iOS devices.
Nice.
And so then we were on the internet, like,
And you
does
could switch
anyone have
cameras
an
and
old
stuff?
iPhone
Yeah.
they
With-
don't
oh,
want? Yeah.
sweet.
So, and we had
Fuck yeah.
a main iPad that we would use, and that would
Control all the
You
others,
could
yeah.
see all the camera angles. You could go and you would switch them. And this program we were using, you could add fades. You could do all that stuff kind
Fuck.
of on the fly.
So cool.
And you could do pop-ups without making all the graphics ahead of time.
Sweet.
And so we were coming out the gate with like song titles, Instagram
yeah.
handles, like all this stuff
In the backyard.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
And I didn't really make the connection between just paying for ads on. And we multi-streamed it to like Facebook, YouTube,
sure.
and Twitch.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't see the connection between paying for the ads and tried to do it all like organically.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if I would have just like
Put some hats on it.
literally, if
Yeah.
I would have just been like spend $200 a month on ads, that it probably could have been like one of the biggest things ever.
Yeah, but then they'll serve it to like people who are looking for like chicken dinners or something. People who aren't,
Yeah.
and they'll just spend your money.
I mean, we
Yeah,
still got like,
Grassroots is the way.
thousands
The whole
of
inspiration for that
views. I
sounds-
think like a couple of those shows hit almost like 10,000 views,
Nice.
which is huge.
That's massive.
But
Yeah.
I don't know how they calculate it, Cause so I think
They
like
probably-
a
they can
view
click
might
and
be
click off.
30 seconds
Yeah, yeah.
and then
The
they're out.
algorithm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a fun time.
Definitely.
Did you guys like take donations and shit while you were doing
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So we
For
did
sure.
donations
Yeah.
with the little pop-ups too.
Right, right.
Like you could donate to
Venmo.
the
Yeah,
stream,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we would have like the bands coming on and be like, give us your Venmo.
Nice.
When we would do our streams, I put each of our Venmos up there.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Support us individually.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, who do you like the most?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's just going to get more.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Just
Carter
centralize it.
Drive Sessions.
Carter Drive
um,
Session.
is
Carter
what that's
Drive
called.
Session.
Carter
Yes.
Drive Sessions, and if you guys want to come out and play it,
Let's do it.
I'll
Bring it back.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
anytime.
Of course.
Yeah, I'd love to move it into like every like month or every 6 weeks or something, and just like attract some attention from people who are touring. That when they're in town,
Right?
because even no matter what day they're in town, we could pre-record.
Of course.
If we
yeah.
needed to.
Yeah, yeah.
But we like really ran it like a show though. Like we had intros and
That's
outros.
way more exciting.
And,
Yeah, way better.
we did it
Production value
live.
goes a long way. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
it was
I
live
would
for
Yeah.
sure.
like take comment. I would like just
Live.
like MC the
Take chat.
comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be like, hey, we're gonna answer these comments to prove to you guys that this is
Hell yeah.
actually live. Because
yeah.
then, like, when people couldn't nail the live thing being awesome, they were just live playing recorded,
Yeah,
pre-recorded
Live
stuff.
to tape. Yeah.
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 So we were just like on there talking to people, having artists answer questions
Cool.
from the stream, which increased the views.
Of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Engagement.
Mm.
That's what they want.
We all thrive on engagement.
Interact with me.
He knows my name.
I think one of the other cool things about the stream is for the intro, especially for like the first 5 minutes once we're live and like, giving the social medias a second to like physically go live, just all of that. We would do a pre-show shred,
Oh, the pre
and there was only
Well,
like 3 of us
what do
that
you
ever
mean?
did it, right?
Yeah.
So basically, for the 5 minutes that, for the first 5 minutes of the stream, there was 3 of us would basically just like shred, just like play.
So
Like
was
whatever
funny,
you
yeah.
wanted to get the stream going, for everything to work.
Usually it was Andy.
It was usually Andy.
Usually
yeah.
Andy. I did it a couple times. Katie did it a couple times.
Yeah, it was so
But
much fun. But
it's 5 minutes, and
Of
you
just
just have
fuck
to
around,
play.
yeah.
You have to
The
play
whole
guitar
time.
without stopping for
Yes.
5 minutes with the camera on
Oh,
you.
just guitar?
Just
yeah,
guitar.
okay,
just
nice.
guitar.
Just guitar.
Yeah.
So it's the
Just-
pre-show shred. Mine was
I
more
like
of a
it.
pre-show strum.
Yeah.
But like,
And man, I remember like it took me so long to figure out like what I was gonna play just only on guitar, and it's like.
5 minutes is a long time.
It really
a
is
long
to just
time.
consistently
Yeah.
play, and so I think all of us usually just did a medley of whatever we wanted to play and
Yeah.
just practice the shit out of it because it's live, Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of responsibility.
I feel like I just fucking play my go-to licks that whenever I pick up a guitar, it'd just be those same
Yeah.
3 things.
Yeah.
You would have to practice for the pre-show shred,
Okay.
or else
Yeah.
you'll probably bomb it. and like walk yourself into like some chord
Oh,
that definitely
no.
did not go with what you were doing before.
You'd also think that it was 5 minutes, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be
Yeah,
5
yeah.
minutes. You're like,
You're like,
shit,
"That
I
was
still
2
have
and a
like
half."
3
Yeah.
more minutes to go.
Yeah.
I did the sick one once, and I had to practice it a bunch where I played, boom, like throw it into drop D in
Yeah.
like
And then
one
just do
or
that?
two strokes.
Oh, you definitely bought time with
You
the
know?
tuning
Yeah,
move.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, and then played a couple drop D things,
Yeah.
and then went back to E by just like grabbing the D and the E and letting it ring together until it, you know,
It sounds like an octave. Yeah,
yeah, until it stopped wobbling,
yeah.
and then roll through it. But
I love a pre-show shred.
That
I feel
sounds
like
fun.
I feel
Yeah.
like I've done like weddings and corporate events where you just fill time. You know, it'd be more of a pre-show pick through.
Yes.
I mean, maybe we should
Yes.
like partner up with you guys and like do some. Figure it out. We could get some artists from off of here.
Yeah,
get you
dude, we
guys
got it.
out,
Yeah.
we'll
there's
send
plenty.
you some. Yeah, we'll send
Yeah.
something your way, of
Because
course.
then you
Love
could,
that.
if we have an event coming up, you know, you could cross promote it on here.
Of course. Yeah, as we
Cheers.
take more shots.
Cheers.
You know what? That's actually really
Cheers.
nice. Yeah. You know what? One more cheers.
Cheers.
Actually, thanks for being on because we're right at that
the tail
minute.
end
So
anyway,
we'll
so
cheers.
Sweet.
And we'll take a sip here, and then I'll ask.
They're like, all right, these guys are getting incredibly boring. Let's get them out of here.
Now I'll ask.
No, I'm just kidding.
90 minutes is what we usually
Do
because otherwise we podcast for 4 hours and
No one
people
will
say,
listen,
"Hey, maybe you shouldn't do that."
Your time was almost up because my shorts are finally dry from the beach.
So we have to get back to the beach, right?
Yeah, I have to go get that back.
Go jump
So
in the ocean.
What song do you want on the end of the episode? Like it fades in, like as we finish talking.
Yeah.
Could
Your
be
your
yours,
song.
could be someone else's.
We don't care about copyright strikes.
Nope.
We,
Should it be, well, Texas isn't out yet, but
you can
give
give us a
Texas.
exclusive.
Would that give them ownership to Texas?
No,
But-
no.
Not at all.
only if you do the yeehaw.
Yeah, of
I
course.
could give you the mix. It's not mastered. We throw a limiter
That's
on
sure.
it.
totally. It's honest. It's whatever you guys.
Yeah,
want
whatever
to
you
want
wanna
to
give us,
Episode.
yeah.
Honest.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Cool.
You know?
Cool. Yeah,
Let's
just send
do
it our
that.
way.
All right.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.